I want to get things done this year, and so to do that, I'm creating my first ever vision board for 2026 Artist Edition. If you're new to my channel, my name is Krissa Mei, and I'm a small part-time artist, and I simply love making art. It is my passion, it's what I do in my free time. So if you're someone that loves making art and wants to explore fun, new, creative, artistic avenues, welcome, I'm glad you're here. So, back to achieving my goals. I really want 2026 to be the year that I'm more intentional about growing as an artist and growing my art business. 2025 was the year I took my art business and my art Instagram account a little bit more seriously, and I actually made a lot of wonderful, amazing art over the year, and I really want to keep that momentum up. And so I think having a plan or an action plan or a vision board is the best way to go about achieving these goals. I'm sure you've heard of what vision boards are. They're essentially a place to list out your goals, your aspirations, who you want to become and who you want to be, and you gather words and thoughts associated with that and you put them all on a page. Traditionally, you could do this by cutting images out and then stamping them on a poster board, but we're doing it virtually this time, or digitally. I'm sure you've heard a lot of the hype around vision boards and people actually achieving their dreams and goals and manifesting that to them, and you might be wondering if they actually work. I have the same wonder, but I'm going to choose to believe that it works. And why I'm choosing to believe that this will work is because this is my action plan. I'm not treating this as some kind of wish I put out into the ether and hope it comes to me. For me, these are my goals, and this is who I want to become or who I want to let go of. And I'm going to be taking steps to make that come true. Humans are very visual creatures, so as you can see, this is my background screen. So having this, seeing this every day, seeing that I want to sell 10 of my garden skis, or I want to sketch weekly, will give me a reminder that, these are my goals. I want to be doing these things, and then actually doing them. And that's how I believe you can achieve your outcomes with vision boarding. So let me take you along and show you my 2026 vision board, how I went about it, and how it can give you some inspiration to create your own. How do we go about vision boarding, and what are the first steps? So essentially, I think you need to think about what do you want to achieve in 2026 and who do you want to become / who do you want to let go of. I'm focusing more on my artistic goals, so obviously you can cater this more towards your own personal goals, or you can cater this in an artistic way like I'm doing. So I've laid out 10 goals here and a couple of sub goals within them. My first one being to grow my YouTube channel, as I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by 2027 or by the end of 2026 and create 10 YouTube videos, which I think feels pretty ambitious to me, but progress over perfection, right? Second is I want to grow my art business, my Krissa Mei art business. I want to create more prints and stickers and sell more art. Third, I want to grow as an artist, so I want to try to do one weekly sketch, if not sketch every day or sketch every week, and then take an art class in painting, fiber, or color theory to get better or improve my skills as an artist. And then lastly, I want to fill up a sketchbook because I haven't done that yet, and I think it would be super fun to finally finish one and also film a sketchbook tour. 4, I want to vend at a craft fair or at one craft fair. I think that's pretty attainable. I did one for the first time in November of 2025, which was really scary and exciting and a lot of work, but I know it can be done, so I can do it again. And then 5, I want to buy an Epson EcoTank printer, so the ET8550. Now this is a goal that has a couple of pre-step goals. Essentially, I want to be successful enough to have a reason to buy an EcoTank printer, because I don't want to just buy one without having a reason. So that kind of is where my become more successful in my art business and sell more art comes into play. 6, I want to buy a Cricut Maker 3. Same logic applying here. And this is mainly for my stickers. It is really hard to hand cut stickers and simple to outsource them, but it would be nice to see if I can have a little bit more control over sticker making. 7 is sell 10 garden skis, and that also means listing them, painting them, taking pictures of them, promoting them, etc. And then 8, 9, and 10 are related to my existing items. It's just selling more of my heart cake keychains, my beaded earrings, and then create one new beaded earring design. So once you have your goals laid out, it's time to scroll on Pinterest. And this is the fun part because Pinterest, as I'm sure you know, as well as I know, is the magical place of inspiration, or at least the magical place of beautiful graphic design, beautiful Pinterest-trained photos, an amazing source of what essentially you could pull from to add to your vision board. So honestly, just type in keywords like Vision Board 2026 to get an idea of what people are doing today and how you want your design and your layout to look. Don't get hung up on perfecting the appearance and the style. That will come as you add more photos and add your text and add exactly what you want on there. So don't get hung up on the details quite yet. So after you get all of your pictures and words of inspiration, who you want to become, etc., etc., I just kind of threw them all out onto a Canva slide. I'm using the poster size 1280 by 720, which I think is potentially a standard poster size, but it fits on my monitor screen, and that is the size that I chose to use for my vision board. And then basically here is where you take the creative freedom as you want to design it how you believe you want your vision board to look. I'm just rearranging things out on a page. I seem to have put my more physical goals on the right, like getting the printer, getting the YouTube. Well, I guess that's not really physical, but more career, small art biz related goals on the right, and then my personal artistic goals on the left. But you really can organize this however you want. It's up to your creative freedom. I also put in text bubbles of specifically what I wanted to achieve. I want to be very clear and intentional about what this means. I think images on a page are great, but having words and explanation gives context. So for example, I have for YouTube, I want to grow and have 1,000 subscribers by 2026. So this is a great visual that I'm putting on my board that's intentional. It explains exactly what I want to achieve. I also put specific and attainable numbers. I initially had just sketch daily or weekly, but I think that can kind of get a little overwhelming or a little lost, so I just put 1 sketch weekly. So I know it's just 1, it's easy. Selling 10 of my earrings or 10 of my garden skis or 10 of the heart cake keychains is, I think, a reasonable number. I've not quite hit those numbers, but I'm hoping that that is possible this year. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope this gave you some inspiration and direction for creating your own vision board to achieve your goals. I will definitely make a follow-up video at the end of 2026 or early 2027 if I achieved any of these, if it worked, if it didn't work, how I went about it, all of that. So stay tuned for that video at the end of this year. We'll see how it goes. Best wishes and cheers to both of us achieving our goals in 2026. Bye!